Hey, what's up? What's up? Don't think anybody's there yet, but we were slated to go live at 7. I'm gonna give it a few minutes and then we're gonna go ahead and get to it because this isn't just for the live streamers and who's gonna show up, but also for anybody else that just wants to learn some stuff about Midjourney. So, yeah, this is gonna be pretty fun. I'm gonna go over a few things with y'all, show y'all some hidden techniques I've created myself. Then, we'll just go ahead and keep that ball rolling. But this is going to be a lot of fun and very informative for, I know a lot of people just ask. I mean, I get probably a week at least 50 or so messages when people asking, hey, how do you really go about writing your prompts? Can I see your prompts? And sometimes, very rarely, I do share my prompts, but it's not like it's so much I want to keep my prompts secretive as it is, let me go ahead and, actually go ahead and just show people how it's done. Because, I mean, we've all heard the maxim, give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime, right? And I think it's a lot more informative for me to somebody, even if I do give them a prompt, to explain what's happening there. Because, I mean, professionally, I'm a software engineer, right? Very detail-oriented tasks, I guess you could say I'm used to handling in my career. But, at the end of the day, it's like, I can give you a prompt, but if you don't know what it's doing, how are you going to go ahead and actually start creating things on a larger level, right? So, yeah, that's what we're going to get into today. So, anybody that first needs to know where to go or how to use Midjourney, you got to just go to the website and sign up. Now, it used to be free. I believe there are only paid versions right now. I've been using paid versions since December. So just go to midjourney.com and find out the price. I don't personally know what it is right now. I know I have the professional version, and I'm not sure if they change how much it costs based on geographic location. That's completely possible, especially if they're using AWS, as I suspect. So, just go to midjourney.com and it's going to say you can sign up, and there is no app itself. You have to always communicate with Midjourney through the actual bot on Discord, which is right here. So let me go ahead. Should I zoom in a little bit more? Just a little bit more so y'all can see that text. But yeah, let me go ahead and get started. So basically with Midjourney, what it is, it's actual text to image generation. It's a text to image generator based on AI, machine learning, right? And with that, there's what we have, what are called prompts. Now a prompt is what you're telling to the machine to get certain results, right? So in this case, Midjourney, it's creating images. I'm actually going ahead and doing what I coined the term, and I've seen a few other people use it, it's prompt direction. So I'm not the artist actually rendering the image. However, it's my creative input and opinion and perspective, which is driving everything. So I'm not a digital illustrator example exactly. I'm a prompt director. So let me just go ahead and show you a few things based on a simple concept. I know I don't have a lot of people in here now, but if you have any ideas, you can drop them in the chat and we can work through them live, all right? So what I mostly do on my Instagram, most people that are gonna be here and see this from get reference, I know I do a lot of what's called, I used to call it false photography, faux photography. I think the term synthography sounds cooler, so I'm gonna start using that. But let me show you an example of how I'm gonna go about creating an actual realistic looking image. So, all right, first we need a subject, right? So what do we want? Let's just make it simple and stick with a portrait. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I want a portrait of who? A woman walking down the street. I guess it's not a portrait, but beautiful woman, right? Hey, Stephanie, I see you down there. Hey, what up? So let me go ahead and do that. So, all right. And a lot of people always ask, how do you get all these beautiful people? I'll show you right now. It's real simple. You start your prompt out with beautiful, and Midjourney knows what it's talking about, right? So beautiful, and let's say, okay, black woman with long dreadlocks walking. Yeah, actually, let's just have her not even doing anything specific. Beautiful black woman with long dreadlocks. All right, now I have the general description of what I want there. What I always tell people when I'm instructing them is, after that general premise, you want to go ahead and add your descriptive words in there, right? So, beautiful black woman with long dreadlocks. So, this is a portrait, so I'll put that there. Well, let me put photography first. And we want this to look like a photo, so I'm not going to put photorealistic because that means it's not a photo and it's trying to look realistic. So let me say photos by Sony camera, right? Now what that's going to do is give us something that looks like it came from a Sony camera, but why limit ourselves? We're using AI, right? Photos by Canon camera, right? But we're not done yet because we're prompt directors, so we make very specific actual descriptions. So how about this? We're gonna tell it the type of lens we want, 50 millimeter, and we want this to be high resolution. Now, it's gonna give you the same resolution no matter what, but we all know that there are certain images that look sharper and higher resolution than others, even though they still might be on have the same amount of pixel depth, right? So, high resolution, sharp, and I always like to put in highly intricate detail. Okay, and we got that, and it's just a portrait. All right, so actually, let's just leave it at that, and I want to see what it comes on. So it's waiting to start. I do have it going on in fast mode now, so it won't take that long. But while we're waiting, let me just show you this as well. So it's loading. You can also always change things by going /settings. And that can adjust like what you got going on. So we're right now, like for example, using Midjourney version 5. It's the latest one. It's not fully complete yet, but I've been getting some good results out of it. You know, you have like style level. I like to keep it on a medium, and you know that works best for me. I have it on stealth. You need the pro tier for that, and I only really have it on stealth because sometimes I'm doing things for specific clients and I don't want that all the way out there, right? So yeah, but this is what we got, and I'd say that's a pretty good result from what we gave it, right? So beautiful black woman with long dead dreadlocks, photography. It looks like a photograph, and you know, looks like it's using a 50 millimeter lens too from what I see right here. So now that we have this, what I can go ahead and do is upscale these. Now we have these right here, U's being the upscale, V's being the variations, the numbers corresponding to the photograph. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I actually like 4 the most, but it looks like 4. Sometimes when you talk about like, you know, photo shoots of photography, Midjourney will interpret that as like, oh, we want multiple variations here, because sometimes when you're comparing photographs, that's how it works, right? So I like 4, so I'm going to upscale that, but I want more results based on this prompt, right? So let's upscale 4, and we're using Midjourney version 5, so it's almost going to be instantaneous like that, right? Then we have our little breezy right here. She's gorgeous. Like I said, you want to make beautiful people, just specify if you're making a prompt that's people, just beautiful, then the description of the person, right? It's as simple as that. But yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and save this one. Ooh, got a little look behind the scenes, right? I'm just gonna save it to my desktop. So y'all got to see some of my work that ain't even up yet. Y'all should feel special. But nah, okay. So yeah, like I said, I wanted to try this again because I really like that one the most. But if I do variations, it's gonna give us a return of something that's split like this. Because when you do variations, it just gives you variations of that image, not the specific ones in it. So I'm gonna re-roll like this. And I'm also going to show you a very useful feature they just rolled out, I think last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. So yeah, let's do that. While that's reloading, you don't always have to be shy about using the actual same prompt again, because that's what I do. But I'll get into that a little bit later. So we're going to go imagine. We're going to give it the same thing, but instead of just having Midjourney go ahead and create one, let's do 5, right? So repeat 5. Now instead of me having to hit refresh all those times, I can just do it like this. And it always asks, you sure you want to do this? And yeah, let's do it. Okay. And wow, this one that generated next, I really like these. These are nice. Yeah, these are really good. So I like the photograph of 1 the most. I think 3 is the cutest, and 4, it looks all right, but I'm feeling the other ones more, honestly. So let's go ahead and upscale and save these, So that's 1, and let's get 3 as well. And honestly, after those 2, I think I'm pretty done with the idea or concept. What I'm gonna do now, though, that I'm done with these, I'm gonna show you some other techniques you can use that's gonna teach you a little bit about prompt directing. So let me save these. Incredible, impeccable. I don't even know what accent that was. Yeah, that's dope. All right, so yeah, we got these. The prompt for that actually wasn't really that intricate, but I'll show you all something else right now. So we got the photo we want, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at the others that were generated when we had to generate 5. And yeah, these are cool, but with the concept, yeah, seeing some of these are really nice. But I kind of got what I wanted out of this concept already, right? So let's do this. Let's keep this same prompt and add a little bit more detail to the general description. And I'm saying the general description, not the actual descriptive word, right? So what do I mean by that? So take this, right? Copy and imagine. That's how we communicate with Midjourney and tell them we're about to do something. All right, I want you to imagine, same thing, beautiful black woman with long dreadlocks. Now let's revisit what I was saying earlier where say just a portrait picture of her. Let's say walking down street in the city, right? And we'll keep these. So this is when I say general description, this is what I mean, like what's up front. Then you have your descriptive words trailing it, right? So, all right, let's add a little bit more detail to this. So let's put in 16K, referencing 4K, only upping the number, right? And that is in regards to the resolution, but sometimes having words that's descriptive words that support each other can give you even better results, right? Now, let's say, let's make this a little bit more dramatic, right? So, cinematic photography, let's add in color grading. My graphic designers are photographers, videographers, they know what I mean by some of this. So let's put in professional lighting, right? Now, what else? We could say what kind of photograph this is. So let's say editorial photography. And just like what I said before, having supporting descriptive words can, add on to it. So, we already have highly intricate detail. I'm going to put in hyper detail. And I know that may seem a little weird, but trust me, I've been working with Midjourney a while. This is how you want to go. Now, let's get a teeny bit more specific. Let's say warm lighting. All right. And notice how I haven't specified whether she's walking down the street at night or during the day. I just say, hey, she's walking down the street. So let's see what we get from that. Yeah. And we're going to let that run. I should have probably put on repeat twice. Yeah, let me go ahead and put on repeat twice. So we'll get 3 total. So I'm gonna go imagine, paste that back in, repeat 2. And yeah, we wanna do 2 prompts. And that's loading up. Hope everybody's having a good one. Oh man, my weekend was crazy. Crazy in a good way though, not a bad. Not trying to be overly optimistic, just telling my truth. Okay, so these 2 are loading and this is what it gave us. And these are pretty good results. I like how, because we didn't go too in depth and detail with the street, it kind of makes it just the background adds like depth of field effect, and you see that the photograph mainly focuses on the actual woman itself and not too much on the background. What you'll see is when you put too much of what's going on in the background and then general description, Midjourney will fall back on the details when it comes to the subject's face or faces if they have multiple people, and we'll worry more about like populating, making everything all balanced. When it comes to the human eye though, we're automatically going to focus in on, the human form and figure itself in pictures, especially if it's like supposedly evenly balanced with the foreground. But that goes more into like, creating landscapes, things like that. But yeah, let's take a look at some of what the others did. But I do like these results. So the others, yeah, I mean, these did good, I love how wild our dreads are right there. But yeah, this is really cool. And this was done with like a relatively simple prompt. But let's step it up a little bit more and mess with Midjourney and see how it can take the same prompt and give us other results. So I'm gonna go back to settings, and we're at the medium style level, which is the default, right? Let's kick this all the way up to very stylized. So that adds in a -S 750 for every prompt. So let's do that. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I have to rewrite a prompt. I can't just re-roll it and get the actual new style settings that I just set. So let's try this. I'm gonna imagine, and I left out the repeat, but let's repeat this 3 times. And remember, same prompt, same everything. I just upped the style 2 levels from medium past high all the way to maximum. We're going to see the results that it gives us. Yeah. Then once we've done with this, I got something cool I'm going to show y'all too. Got to keep it interesting for the stream and all the viewers that are going to come after. Yeah, see, these seem to be turning out well. watching them all generate sometimes can be a little, it's kind of like getting up to look in the mirror like every 3 minutes you're getting a haircut. Usually I don't even look. I just wait till they're done and come back. But I think it's pretty cool for y'all to see the actual process Midjourney takes, since, I mean, we're here to learn, right? Yeah, they used to have a feature where you could get a video of it generating everything step by step, but they cut that out. So yeah. Now, what it looks like to me in these three instances, now that we turn the style all the way up, looks like it really just added a bit more flair to the character herself, and what's going on in the background, because there seems to be a little bit more going on. I mean, in terms of like what she's wearing, the detail in her dreadlocks, even the color, because in the other ones they were all mainly natural colors. These are a bit more vibrant, so you'll see a lot more of the browns come out as opposed to just the blacks. But who knows, maybe it's just my memory fading and me assuming all the other ones were black. I'd have to take a look at them because I knew there was some brown mixed in. But yeah, see, this seemed to jazz it up just a tad bit more, right? So, okay, let me take a look at the others. Yeah, they were pretty brown here, but compared to these, I feel like those other three just created a bit more jazzed up, a little bit more vibrant. Yeah, it seems that way to me. What do y'all think? You don't have to answer, but if you do, you can just drop it in the chat. And if you have any ideas you want me to try, you can drop it in the chat too. But yeah, I think these were from the previous one. When did that one pop up? 721? Okay, no, that's one of the highly stylized ones. But yeah, okay. All right, so cool. That's a real basic one. And if you want, here, people ask for prompts. Take this one. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. Oh God. Looks like I got a sign in the chat. 1 second, y'all. Okay. Oh, looks like I'd have to type it right here. Okay. Nah, it's too big. All right, I can't send that, but what I'll do, I'll create like a little Google sheet with all the prompts that I'm using, and I'll share it in the description for this once it's saved, all right? But yeah, no worries, I got y'all. So, okay. Yeah, can I do warriors? I can do warriors, so let me try this. Let me try this before I do warriors, right? I'm gonna take what I have right here. Then you see how we're doing like this? We want it to look really realistic. Let me switch it up. So I'm gonna drop all this and I'm gonna say, I want this to be an anime, right? So we have the same general description, and I'm gonna say, now you can reference specific artists. I'm gonna reference a animation studio. And since anime, I want it to be vibrant, so I'm gonna say vibrant colors, right? And I'll actually even say anime here, right? Vibrant colors, highly intricate detail, sharp, high resolution, and one thing I've found when you're doing anime, or like visually in general, I'm just gonna add in, because y'all know I like doing things at setting a lot of my synthography at sunset, so I'm gonna just add golden hour here. Golden hour meaning just at sunset or sunrise, the visual look that it gives. High resolution, I'm gonna put 128K, that's another resolution reference. And I already have vibrant colors, right? All right, so yeah, let's try that. So we're doing the same prompt. We're just gonna do it in an anime aesthetic now, right? Let's see, can I chat from here? Nah. See, that repeat function is so new, I'd be forgetting to use it sometimes. So let me try that again. And I'm just gonna repeat it twice right here. Give us two more. Yeah. Okay, so Alicia, you said warriors. What type of warriors you want to see? You want to see some, I don't know, like contemporary stuff, soul special forces? Do you want to see like ancient warriors? Oh wow, yeah, and this looks incredible. Look at that. Look at that. That is awesome. I mean, you see a bit of the uncanny valley where like her glasses are hanging all the way off, but yeah, that still looks awesome. Really cool. Ancient African warriors. Okay, okay, we can do that. Yeah, this looks really cool. See, I kind of regret doing this live now. I don't want to share these. No, I'm messing with you. I like sharing all this information, but yeah, some of these might end up in a post tonight. Oh, I'm gonna have to post these, man. But it's all good though, because we're doing this together. I'm gonna share all the prompts, all right? But yeah, I'm definitely upscaling these. These look cool too. Yeah, these look really cool. That one looks a bit weird, but I still like the colors on it. Yeah, these are, oof, man. And yeah, when I'm usually doing like anything that's anime style, I usually always reference Studio Ghibli. If you ever want to take a look at their type of work, just a great example would be, sometimes I'm afraid to admit that I love this movie because it's like definitely a chick flick. But it's cool though. It's a family movie too. Go and look at Howl's Moving Castle. The colors, the animation in there, it's amazing. Or even Spirited Away. All their work is really good though. Yeah, let's take a look at this one. Yeah. 2 in general, 1 and 2, but 2 especially. Wow. Okay. Alright, I'm not going to waste our time and save those. I'll just get them later, but alright. Let's do one last thing with this iteration. So I'm going to keep it anime style. I'm going to repeat it actually 3 times. And this is just like testing the aesthetics. So city at, instead of like sunset, and it's always going to look great when you do anything at sunset, right? We're just drawn to that. But let's say at night. And let's try it 3 times. And one thing I used to sometimes struggle with was like, oh yeah, well if I do things at certain times of day or I create things, it's not gonna look as good. It's like, hey, I mean, that's life, right? And just a hint, whenever you're doing things, especially in a style that's not realistic, you tend to want to keep the settings for the stylized up to high or maximum as opposed to medium, just because it makes more sense, basically. The name of the movies, though, those are, I reference Studio Ghibli style in the prompt. And the movies that I'm talking about are from Studio Ghibli. It's a Japanese animation studio. Their stuff is really good. Really good. But you might have even seen some of their stuff before and not realized it. I directly referenced Howl's Moving Castle, but Spirited Away is another good one. Princess Mononoke, that's a classic. Like, I might go home. Well, I am home. I might log off and watch a Studio Ghibli movie on HBO Max tonight. Actually, got me thinking about it. But yeah, see, these are good too. Yeah, these are really good. Yeah, I like probably this one the most out of that one, but let's look at some of the others. Yeah, you see, these are cool. And yeah, I think something might be going on with her. It looks like her jacket's on backwards, but it's all right. Midjourney's not perfect. Neither are we. Yeah, and this tool's only been around for less than a year, so you know. But yeah, these look really cool. Yeah, these are really cool. All right, so let me take a step back. I want to toy with this some more, honestly, but the show must go on. So we want to look at some ancient African warriors, right? So let me do that. I'm gonna go ahead and imagine. Um, okay, and when you're thinking of prompts, it's good to kind of think what setting is this gonna be in, right? But ready, ready for battle, right? Now, let's go ahead and use a photographic prompt, right? So, like I told y'all, photographic prompt, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. The one we had up above worked, right? So, go back and use it. I'm going to use the better one we made. So, I'll go ahead and take this, copy it, and I encourage y'all to go ahead and make like a document and save it on like Google Docs or something. Have it in your notes on your phone, wherever you're using Midjourney. Just save these so that you can use them later. Cause typing everything out again, that ain't it. Straight up. So, all right. And what did I forget to do? I forgot to hit repeat. So instead of doing one, let's get multiple, right? So let's do 3 more. Okay. And after we're done this, I'm gonna move on and show y'all some other cool stuff, techniques, tools for using this. Because Midjourney is a really good tool. So I know some people talk sometimes it's gonna replace photography, and that's not true. Because I mean, even now, I need professional headshots done, but I'm not going to use Midjourney. It's not that good at altering the looks of regular people. If you're a celebrity, that's one thing, but I'm not a celebrity, so it's not going to take direction very well if I give it a photograph of me and say, put me in a 3-piece blue suit walking down the street. It'll give me an image that looks like somebody walking down the street in a 3-piece blue suit, but it ain't gonna be me. So, yeah. And yeah, these are pretty cool. I'm looking at them and I don't know. What do you think, Alicia? You seem really nice. And, you know, since we want something more realistic, that's why I went with a photography prompt, right? But it's one thing I get sometimes where, like, when I'm doing image generation with Midjourney is some people think that what I post on my Instagram at AI Reflections is indicative of like me telling Midjourney and giving it one prompt and getting 4 actual results. Female warriors in battle. Okay. Now the thing, you're gonna very quickly see the limitations of Midjourney, right? Because female warriors can do that no problem. In battle, that's where you're going to see a lot of the uncanny valley taking place. And what I mean by that is things just looking creepy, like 10 hands, an arm being unattached to a body. But yeah, let's do this. So let's try imagine. And yeah. Warriors fighting. Scott guiding in battle. Fighting. And I'm gonna say in duel. So let's try that, but Repeat this 4 times. Let's see what the results are that come out the pipe. But yeah, out of all these, I would say those are good. I like getting amazing things though, right? These are good. These are good. These are cool. He looks more Native American, Indigenous American. I mean, you know, term's kind of weird because, well, it's not weird, but like there are people like African descent that been in North and South America for hundreds of years before European colonizers came over here too. Discussion for another time. But yeah, okay, see, these are coming up, and you'll probably see what I mean about things being a little weird in a second. And yeah, alright, so let's take a closer look. Okay, so they got swords going on, and you notice how, like I was saying earlier, Midjourney kind of falls back on the details of the face when you have a lot more going on. So, for example, it looks like she has a sword or dagger, short sword in a sheath. Looks like she doesn't have anything. Looks like a crossbow bolt is coming towards her. How do I get the full body? You just have to tell it. So, yeah. So we can do one full body. You see how like she doesn't even have a whole second arm, right? And she doesn't have anything. So, you know, didn't come out right. So that's important, like I said, to make the machine do the work, right? So let's look at some of the others. Because sometimes with some of the posts I have on my Instagram, I'm literally working for hours to get the results that I want. And sometimes I might generate 600 images and get 10, 12 that I like, you know. That includes me playing around with the prompts a little too. But yeah, so like these look good, but some of them just are like a little nonsensical. Like this is cool, but like what's going on with my girl's face right there? Like what is she, like covered in mud? Is she metallic? You know, what's going on with her hand? You know, so it can get a little weird, like I was saying. But if you can still get Midjourney to do this, but when you're doing more complex things, you just have to understand you're gonna have to really make this machine work. So if I was doing this for real and I wanted to like make a post on Instagram, I would type that same thing in, but instead of having repeat like 4 times like I did, I would tell Midjourney to repeat this 10 times. And even then, you're still gonna wanna probably hit the refresh button on those to have it done more than 10, because trust me when I say like I've been through the trenches with Midjourney trying to get it working with certain stuff, man. But it's okay. I mean, that's just the game. It gets better with every new version, and you know, that's it. Now, take a look at this, because this is a bit of the controversy here, right? So Midjourney scours the internet to like, it used the internet basically to create its machine learning model, which we use to make these images, right? Sometimes you'll see like what looks like a watermark in the corner because Midjourney just got inspired from something that just happened to have some branding on it, right? So like if you're going to post something that's come from Midjourney, just because I mean you're still be doing your prompt director thing, you're like putting it together, but just to minimize people being on your case, you can just edit those out with Photoshop or crop them, you know. But yeah, so Stephanie, you said how do we get full body, and let's try this. Look, I didn't even spell female right. Y'all ain't even saying nothing. I blame y'all. Nah, let me try this again. So instead of having them in battle, Stephanie, I'm gonna say just a female warrior, and let's say at the ready for battle, right? Full body photography. And what other type of photography is usually full body, right? Fashion, full body photography. Right? Now we got professional lighting in there. Yeah. I'm gonna take out warm lighting for this. And let's try that. And what did I forget to do? Y'all already know what I forgot to do. Hit repeat. Because it's rare that you get the results you want in one go. It happens. Doesn't happen a lot though. Alright. Repeat. Give me 6 of them. And still, even though I put like makes the H in fashion. Alright. Let me get that in there. Alright. Alright, I got it. Thanks, y'all. So I'm gonna put 5 times. And even though I put like full body, sometimes, I mean, you'd be surprised. Sometimes it just won't do it. See, like, this is showing a little bit more of their body or the same, but this isn't like full body, you know, it's giving us half. So in a case like this, I would say retry, right? But we'll see. I'm thinking we're gonna see what the other results give us, but I'm thinking maybe, well, instead of saying warriors, we'll say warrior. So we'll focus on one instead of multiple. Then with fashion and on top of that, it's probably gonna give us better results, just from my experience. But let's see what else he gave us. Okay, so kind of like the midsection and higher on all these. Okay, see, we got down to the knees right there. A little bit better. But yeah, I think since we got results where it's just pretty much mostly the midsection up, I'm gonna focus it on one actual character now. This one seems to kind of hit what we're doing. I mean, it doesn't get the feet, but you know. What do y'all think of these though? Outside of like it's not doing exactly what we told it to. But do y'all think these look cool? I think they look cool. But then again, I'm never gonna hate on women wearing their natural hair. That's my thing. Alright. Oh man, why she look like she about to mush her? Oh man, yeah. So these are pretty cool. I mean, not quite exactly what I wanted because I said full body, but it's all right. Let's make one subject. I like this one a lot. So, all right. Ancient African female warriors. I'm gonna take ancient out. Actually, I'm gonna leave it there. Female warrior, standing. Full body. Now, do I have full body photography, camera, professional editorial photography, hyper detailed, super photography award. Sometimes I add that in just to put a little bit more spice in the batch, right? I'm gonna go ahead and we seem to be using only browns, so I'm gonna say vibrant colors. Yeah. I'm about to be toxic. I keep forgetting to put repeat, but I'm gonna just start blaming y'all. Let's try this. Let's try it 5 times. And yeah, you see with it loading, it's definitely giving us more of the full body frame right there. The typo for fashion is still there. All right. Toxic. It's y'all's problem, not mine. No, I'm joking. Alright, repeat. And this one is not going to have the typo, but let's see if it gives us results that are very different. I'm going to repeat 4 of these, not 5. And yeah, see from that, based on that, I'm definitely like getting more or less what we wanted. This is exactly what we wanted, full body. But like when if it's getting the knees and higher in terms of my experience with Midjourney and me telling you what to do, I consider that most just a win really. Cause like getting this much, that's cool. She's missing a finger, but she's a warrior. Maybe that's intentional, right? That's cool. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I mean, I'm not gonna talk about our Air Force Zeros, but you know, that's another topic. I gotta stop roasting my own creations. Alright, so let's look at some of the others. Okay, they're loading up. Oh wow, yeah, these are really cool. Yeah, that's cool. Got some full body. So, yeah, these are pretty cool. I like these a lot. Wish they were a bit more colorful, but like this is nice. So let's look at this. Yeah. So like some of them are actually the full body, others are just most of the body. But I consider it a win. Yeah, these look pretty cool. Say the first one. I hope you don't mean the first one on this one, but she look a mess. Oof. Don't she look like she could yell at somebody really good if she get mad? This one. Yeah, these are pretty cool. Yeah, it does kind of have a Dune vibe to it. Yeah, these are cool. You're not seeing a lot of the finger game errors you usually see with these, but I attribute that mostly to Midjourney version 5, even though it's not fully finished, because I believe it's still in the alpha state, which means we're lucky they're even letting us use it, honestly, if it's being in the alpha state, because I'm a professional software developer, and if I had something in alpha, there was no way I'd put it out for people to use. But then again, you know, I guess it's to their benefit, you know, since it has a lot of, you know, ups over the previous version 4. Although sometimes I still do go back to version 4 sometimes to get specific things done. But yeah, these are pretty cool. Like I said, most of them didn't do exactly what we wanted, but that's Midjourney in itself. You got to really make this machine work. So sometimes it's just like, hey, you know, make it happen again, do it again, do it again, do it again, right? Because if I had to judge on based on all the ones we had, the ones that actually had a actual full body image, probably was like maybe 25% of everything we just generated with those prompts. Yeah. See, none of these have. I mean, this one does. Let's see. I like the designs. Yeah. But yeah, alright. Cool. Yeah, these are cool. So, let's take this and do one last thing with it, or try something different. So, and this is kind of an example of how much words matter, right? So let's take everything. I'm gonna take out ancient. I'm gonna take out warrior, and instead of warrior, I'm just gonna put knight. And you'll see how one word can have a very dramatic effect on the image being produced. And y'all forgot to tell me to put repeat, so y'all are bad people. Oh man, it's killing me inside. Yeah, let's repeat that 4 times. But yeah, like I said, don't worry about like specific prompts right now. I'm gonna take all this and I'm gonna put a link to a document or whatever in the description so you have all these prompts, and yeah, you can take it from there. Right? But yeah, y'all seem to like a lot of these. They're cool. I don't think any of these would be up to spec for me to post on my account, but there's no denying that some of these look really cool. I think really what I'd want out of this is just a bit more color, a little bit more vibrance, but it's all right. Okay, so I did something wrong. Maybe I didn't. Yeah. And you see how putting knight instead of actual warrior had a huge effect. I guess the other ones are still generating down. Oh, what I did was I put repeat on the one that still said warrior, so we only got one that's for knights. But yeah, see, like, and that's more or less cultural differences and like things like that. Like a warrior doesn't necessarily have to be wearing armor, hence what we saw earlier. But I put knight, and you have all these highly detailed, intricate, ornate armor pieces on them now. I like that one a lot. This one, that is really cool. This one's cool too. This one's cool. She looked like she about to take somebody's lunch money, but I'll take that. And let's just play around with this concept a little bit more, right? So, I'm gonna copy. Imagine. Okay. But let's repeat it, and all right. We tried that. Let's do something else. Something a little bit different. So we have a female knight standing ready, full body. What else should we add in here? All right, next to a dog. Should we do dog or cat? Dog or cat? Or a horse? Let's do an animal. Next to a war horse. That seems most appropriate. I've never told Midjourney to actually do draw a horse before, or many animals in general. So we're gonna see how this plays out. Could be sad, could be funny. We will find out. We shall see. But let's look at some of these other warriors while we're waiting. That's cool. Nothing in particular that's really amazing, but I think the concept was just wasn't really what I wanted to. Well, it's not giving me that many cool results that I like. But I mean, I think I said that enough. But let me get rid of some of these tabs so that Chrome doesn't betray me, eat all my memory up. Let's see some of the results we got. Oh yeah, this is cool. Yeah, this is really cool. I mean, I don't know if she has super elongated legs or if she's standing on a little step ladder there, but that's fine. This is cool. Looks like she's half on, maybe just leaning on the horse, but where's her other leg? These are just things you're gonna have to deal with Midjourney, right? Because, like I said, this is less than a year old. It's not perfect. Not sure what's going on there. Let's look at the other ones. This is cool. I'll try to remember to keep zooming in on these. I know it's not as easy for y'all to see these images as it is for me. But yeah, Midjourney did a really good job with the horses, honestly. I am super impressed. Dang. Yo, this one right here, that is fire. That's real fire. Let me make sure to save that one right now. um, yeah, these are cool. These are really cool. I had no idea Midjourney was gonna do this good as with horses. This one's really cool. I mean, that horse is small as hell, but I mean, nobody's perfect. And you notice how there's more going on, so she gets a little less detail. So you look at her eyes and stuff, it's like a little janky, messed up, her features, but that's kind of the price of having her next to something sometimes. But like her face isn't like janky or inconsistent with all of them, it's just some of them. And that ties back to what I've been telling y'all this whole time. You just gotta make Midjourney work sometimes. So, yeah. I'm not gonna save any of these directly right now. Yeah, I'll take two. This is cool. Wow, these horses are balling, man. The horse has more tattoos than a SoundCloud rapper. This one's really cool. That's cool. Yeah, all these really impress me. Even the ones that are a little disfigured, but this is cool. I'm gonna save those. Let's take a look at this one. Okay. Alright. Yeah, these are good. Okay, she's actually on a horse in that one. I'm gonna save that one. It's breezy. Okay. Alright, so we toyed with that idea, right? So let me show y'all something. So that's like that. I mean, I pretty much just showed y'all how to go about writing prompts, right? So it's not that bad, you know what I mean? But like that kind of covers, and I guess I can do this while I'm out doing my explanation. But that like kind of covers, what you can do with prompts. You can equally make things that look, how can I put it? Like a photograph, anime style. What I usually like to combine in terms of styles, sometimes I like mixing a actual realistic look with a 3D look, just because it's gonna bring out a certain vibrance you always don't find everywhere else. So I have one of those. Let me just get one of those prompts ready. And like I was telling y'all should definitely, if you're doing Midjourney and you really like it, you should save the prompts, the descriptive words that you use, save them to a document and bring them things back up like as soon as you need them again, right? Because that's how I learned. I used to sit there and, look at a lot of the actual, how can I say, the newbie section, see what other people are doing, look at their prompts, sometimes play around with their prompts. Some people didn't like that, so I stopped doing it in the newbie section. But you can see what other people are writing in their prompts. You can always go to midjourney.com, look at the spotlight, and see what the coolest things that have been made have for their prompts, right? So I said I want this one to be kind of a blend between 3D rendering and photography. So number one, I'm gonna move this up here because I want vibrant colors. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like when the words are closer to the top that it affects it more. I don't know how accurate that is though, because that could be completely wrong. So I'm gonna have to look that up, and I'll probably put it in a comment. But let me just put some descriptives there for if this was a 3D render. So I'm getting some ready right now. I'm gonna put in RTX, ray tracing, shaders, tone mapping, and I'm gonna append them, And that's why sometimes you'll see people with these huge, like ridiculous multi-line descriptions sometimes, because they're targeting a very specific, aesthetic that they want, right? So that one has SkinK. I put Unreal Engine in here. And that's gonna give us a particular aesthetic. Let's go for, we already have everything we want for photography wise. So do we have anti-aliasing in there? No. White balance, post-processed cinematic lighting, and we'll put photorealistic in there. And even though some of these things are contradictory, it's still gonna add up to something that is gonna look good in the end, right? So let me end it off with something. Let me just put NVIDIA in there, because that's a tag that's gonna give it a very, not fully 3D, but a distinct look, right? And I'm toxic. I don't take responsibility, so it's not my fault I didn't hit repeat. That's y'all's fault. Just joking. All right, let me pull the chat back up. I just had to get that, go through my prompts. Hey, Mr. White, Walter White, and Irvino. What's mine? Thank you. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Failed to request post due to a non-JSON response. Okay, so there's something going on with Midjourney. Let's try it again. Looks like that one's waiting to start. It looks like my second one failed to go through. So let's try this again. Hopefully Midjourney isn't down, because there's a whole lot more I wanted to show y'all. So let's try to repeat this 5 times. Yeah, we want to. Yeah, Midjourney isn't taking post requests right now, so that could mean something's going on. But I mean, I'm on here right now, so let's take a look. Let's go to Midjourney, announcements. No, that's not where we want to look. Status. So service issue. We are at GPU capacity. And no, that's days ago. Yeah, that's days ago. That's because that's at 4:13. Let's see. Announcements. It's just office hours. Recent changes. Is anything here? Okay. No. So everything should be working well, but we're getting some errors, and this one's still waiting to start. So we might be cashed out right now, but let me give it a few more moments before I completely check out. But what we've shown so far, and I know Irvino, you just got here, but Stephanie and Alicia, y'all been here. Has this been informal? Have you gotten anything out of this? I'm gonna share my prompts with y'all, but just seeing this done live, have you learned anything? I guess is what I'm asking. Imagine. Alright, I'm kind of trolling with this one. Okay, so it took the order. No, it failed to post due to non-JSON response. Okay, so it looks like something might be going on right now. But, alright. We'll give it a few more minutes, but in the meantime, I guess I can pull up some stuff that I've done before and show y'all to bridge the time. All right, 1 second. And man, I got like thousands of images. Let me take a look. Okay, Alicia, you learned something? Okay, cool. That's I'm happy to hear that, because I get so many questions there, and I'm glad I'm recording this so people can see it live. You know what I mean? Can see that I'm human, and just because it's AI, that doesn't mean it's perfect. You know what I mean? Makes a lot of mistakes. But yeah, I'm glad you learned something, and you're welcome. Because I plan on doing a lot more of these, even for specific use cases. So yeah, to give y'all an example of how long it takes to get things, let me show y'all this. Then we'll go back and see if Midjourney is working again. But let me try this. I'm gonna just change the window on the stream. So I'm just gonna make it all screen too. And looks like y'all can see that now. Y'all see a bunch of images now on the desktop? Okay, cool. I see a yep. All right, so yeah, y'all probably seen the actual post I did a while ago. The girl wearing a hijab rocking out on the guitar. But yeah, that took a while to make. That's good. That's easy for non-natives to understand, because most of the people I work with in technology, most of them are not from America. You know what I mean? So I think my voice has become very universally palatable, I guess. But yeah. Yeah, so these are just some things that I've made kind of on the fly. I made this one in a few seconds. My friend was like, hey, can you make some with Asians? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. This one, I went through a bunch of different iterations. You can probably guess why I didn't use this one. She's playing half the guitar and somebody's trolling her right there. And if anything, I just want y'all to kind of see that and make a lot of images. And, I don't know what y'all's specific goals are with using Midjourney, whether it's just a concept, some things, some ideas out, whether you want to like sell prints or stuff like that. But, sometimes, I've said it a million times already, you just got to make the machine work for you. You cannot expect this thing to give you perfect results the first time. You're going to be very good at writing prompts, and I'm not the best. I've worked with some of the best. Shout out to @ShibbeanDreams. But yeah, you can't really expect this thing to give you like what you want. Sometimes you need to make the machine keep working. Other times you need to go back and refine your prompt. And other times, if you can't get anything good after a very long time, maybe the idea just sounded better in your head than it actually is. Or maybe you're not describing what you have in your head adequately enough for the machine to like go and interpret it and make something good out of it. You said you want to use it for a short film? That's cool. So I know somebody I talked to on Instagram, he was saying he was doing a lot of his storyboarding on here, just in terms of like putting concepts down. And I was like, that sounds like a really good idea, really good idea. Because then you can get your concept right out there on paper. And there have been people that made, you probably all have heard about the case went to the Supreme Court where they put together an actual, a book, basically, where all the images were AI generated. And, one of my buddies, he said he wants to basically do the same thing with a comic book, right? But there are things that come up when it's like AI generated images. So, for example, if I took one of these actual images and I tried to get it copyrighted right now, they say a human hasn't actually made this, so you can't copyright it. And I kind of disagree, because it kind of goes back to the term I use, prompt director. So you're right. I gave the actual direction for this image to be created, but there was still creative input on my side. Now, was it as much as the artist has to put in on their craft and everything? No, not at all. I'm not minimizing or trying to replace artists as well. But what I am doing is acknowledging, even when you're doing something, even though it's done fast, there's still a creative input you have to provide to the machine to get anything out of it. Because, if that was the case, it's kind of like, is a movie director not an artist? Or do only the artists and actors that acted in the movie have ownership over what happens, right? So it's something to really think about. But like y'all know my stance on it. I feel like I'm putting creative input in. I should be able to, although I can understand the other side of the coin where it's like you just gave an image description I can understand that. I don't agree with it, but I definitely can understand that person's viewpoint, or I guess the Supreme Court's viewpoint in this case. I don't agree with it though. But yeah, let me fast forward to some of the other ones I did. Well, I think everybody's seen these now. Shout out to FashionGhana.com posting some of these. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, it's a lot of the beach photos. And the funny thing about all this work is it's always the photos that I make that I'm like, that's kind of cool, that end up blowing up. The ones that I swear are going to be like next level, they never end up getting popular. Never. But it's okay though. I'm not mad at it. It's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But yeah, it's a lot going on here. I wanted to actually show y'all the blend function. I'm sure y'all saw this post before. The post I did, I think, a few weeks ago, where I took one image, blended it with another, and it gave me this character. Pretty cool stuff, man. It really shows the versatility of the tool, right? But yeah, it's funny. Like sometimes you make characters like, dang, what's her at though? I'm trying to slide in her DMs. Or these. Harambe's cousin / ghost. Heard you talking shit. Yeah, these are actually funny to make. And it's funny how sometimes y'all on Instagram, y'all be noticing stuff before me. Because, I think it's this one where someone was like, yo, the girlie has a Nike on. I was like, I didn't even notice that. But yeah, this stuff is a lot of fun. Yeah. So let me go ahead and go back right now. Let's see if Midjourney's up, or if they at least put an announcement in saying what's going on with the status. But that's unpredictable. They can't always predict when something's going to go down. So, it's no big deal. So let me try again. Hourglass floating in nebula. Yeah, it still failed. Okay. So, looks like Midjourney's down, so I won't be able to actually go ahead and continue. But what we can do is later in this week, I'll say Tuesday, because we don't have to wait long. We're going to come back Tuesday, same time, 7 o'clock, and we're going to actually finish the class, because I think I got only through a quarter of everything I wanted to talk about. Okay, no, I got halfway through everything I want to talk about, looking at my notes right now. But this was cool. We're going to come back Tuesday at 7 p.m., same time, Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to continue, because I definitely didn't get to everything. I need to show you all how versatile and how broadly you can use this tool. But thanks everybody. I'm gonna change the description of this live now that I'm about to end it, and I'm gonna put a link to a Google Sheets document, and I'm gonna have the prompts that I used, the major prompts I used here, so that you can take them and experiment with them and do whatever you want and just learn in general. And like I said, biggest takeaway, I'm a broken record. You gotta make the machine work for you. You can't expect the best results the first time you try, okay? So yeah, appreciate y'all, love y'all, and I'll see y'all Tuesday. And hey, if y'all really like this, drop a like, subscribe. Maybe we could do this weekly, all right? Peace.